Bryce Young has looked decent, Chris.
Yeah.
Like, there might be a future in Carolina for Bryce Young, which I think we wouldn't say that, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago. But the last 3 weeks, I don't want to say he's been great, but he's been good.
He's been good. Exactly right. He's a starting quarterback is what he's shown, right?
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we were saying, 7 weeks ago, like, no way, he can't do it.
Right.
Again, I think you're seeing another evidence in you can bench a rookie quarterback and he can come back, or a young quarterback, just like Anthony Richardson,
right,
who's had good moments. You can do that. Like, we got into this soft, sensitive, like, moment or decade here of like, oh, you can't hurt his feelings. Like, we grew up in an era where every quarterback got benched when they were young.
Yes.
Joe Montana, John Elway,
yep,
Terry Bradshaw,
yep,
Phil Simms, you fucking name it. They got benched.
Yep.
Troy Aikman. I mean, that's the way it was.
Not only did they get,
you'll get another chance. Go out and play again.
Not only did they get benched, they didn't have to be good right away. I mean, some of them just sat on the bench until they were ready. I mean,
exactly. So it's not easy, and it's not easy when you are a Bryce Young. You go to a place like Carolina. One, you're not as good as maybe everybody touted you to be in the draft, and then two, you go to a team that's not very good at all. So, like we always talk about, that's a tough situation. But he's just looking good, and hopefully this offseason now they can spend the money around him to make him look good. He to me, has to be in a Tua offense. It has to be that. That's where he's good. He's not stand in the pocket, throw lasers and rifles down the field. He is like, hey, get it out here, get it out here. Hey, move in the pocket, boom, over the middle. That's what he is. He's a point guard. He just gets the ball out to playmakers in space and lets them go. I think that's how they have to formulate that offense around him going forward.
I think the thing that's different about him, and it just kind of it doesn't really speak to him, but it speaks more towards like the disorganization of the Carolina Panthers, is he's only starting because Andy Dalton got in a car accident.
Yeah.
Like, they wrote him off, and now he's back, and he's doing well, and it just seems like they don't know what they're doing with him, and had Andy Dalton not crashed his car, he wouldn't have gotten this shot this season.
But I will say this, Billy and Chris, I wonder if you agree with this. I will say this.
Yeah.
Whatever they were doing with Bryce Young while Andy Dalton was starting, they did something, because he looks like a more competent, more confident quarterback out on the field. So
yeah, he definitely does. And what they did behind the scenes, I don't know.
Right.
And Billy, I think at some point they would have gone back to Bryce Young no matter what. I think the Andy Dalton car accident and all that probably expedited the process, but they had to give him one more shot here. They had to see what he had.
Of course.
They couldn't go into the offseason going, we're not going to see him again, and then we're, oh yeah, he'll be better next year. He will. Why will he be better? I don't know, because he will. No, they had to see some of this right here at some point, and I think it would have gone this way no matter what. And now I think he's done enough, and hopefully he can do enough here that it's starting to be positive, consistently good, like you're saying, Stugotz, to where, hopefully he can impress them to make sure he's the starting quarterback there next year and beyond that.
Well, they also have time with him, right? So, like, even if you don't think that this is the greatest quarterback class and you don't see your quarterback of the future, you have times before you have to sign him to his 5th year.
Of course.
So, like, you can just say, you know what? Let's give him another year, and then after next year, we really have to make a decision on him. Like, he could be good enough.
Oh, he's getting next year, though.
No, I know, but they're not a quarterback away. The Carolina Panthers are not quarterback away. So they can afford to have another year with him and see if it works out or not. And also, like, then you save yourself from going in that same loop of over and over again, just getting a quarterback. This is the guy they wanted. So this wouldn't be the situation. But where they're picking, they then have to settle for drafting a quarterback who they may not be in love with, and then just do this all over again for no reason.
Yeah, no, build around if you believed in him and it's what you thought was the right thing to do. He's showing some positive signs. If he continues to show positive things here towards the end of the year and do all that, you stick with him. I'm so sick of the NFL and especially college football. It's just everything's on the quarterback all the time. I mean, again, like you said, they're not a quarterback away. They didn't look that much better with Andy Dalton. It wasn't like, oh, my gosh, look at them. They're world beaters now. Andy Dalton's in. Holy crap, yep, I changed them. I mean, it was just a little bit better than it was with Bryce Young. And now Bryce Young's come in and shown you, build the team around him. Let's see where it goes. I mean, how many times how many guys in the NFL right now do we have that story? Oh, on crappy team, you didn't build the team around him, and now he's on new team. that has a good team, and we go, oh, what did the last team do? Why did they do that? He's good. He's a starting quarterback. I mean, what is there, like 8 or 10 of those stories right now in the NFL?
Sounds like Sam Darnold. I mean,
right. Sounds like Baker Mayfield. Sounds like Geno Smith. Right. I mean, we can
Aaron
just keep
Rodgers.
on going down the list. Right. Oh, Russell Wilson. Right. Yep. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. You're
well,
funny.
no, but back to your earlier point, Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for like 2 years, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Two.
again, sit, whatever, play, get benched, all of that. And if you're an NFL quarterback, you should be mentally tough to handle all those type of situations and succeed. And if you don't, then this just in. You ain't an NFL quarterback, so get your ass on the bench.